So you're from Pacific Northwest Labs.
That's correct.
And so what is the experiment you guys are going to do here? What is the
what
meaning?
we're doing here is we're looking at situational awareness for cyber operators. We want to see if we can determine their level of situational awareness. And this is something that's been used in fighter pilots and air transportation. And we're extending it to computer security cyber analysts. And we're going to see if this year we can determine a baseline situational awareness. So next year we can maybe do a bit more.
So the idea behind situational awareness is, are they aware of all the events that are happening around them,
Exactly,
correct?
and how well are they aware?
And
So we're going to do that by measuring two factors, workload and then situational awareness. So the first way we're going to do that is by asking all the teams questions, and we're going to tell them we have a question for them, and we'll measure how long it takes them to accept that question, and that will determine workload. If they have to wait a long time, they're obviously pretty busy. If they're able to answer right away, their workload is less. And then how quickly they're able to answer that question and whether they answer it correctly or not will determine their situational awareness. So if it takes them a long time, they can find the answer, but they don't have it immediately. And so those are the two things we're going to be measuring with the questions. We're also collecting visual data from one team and packet capture, network traffic from one team too. So for this team, we'll be able to determine their interactions and see if we can maybe improve on that next year.
okay, so in terms of where this research is going to go, what do you hope to do with this?
Well, we hope to determine that events like this are an ideal place to gather data, because in research you've got two sources of data: the real world, which you have no constraints on and is hard to repeat, and when you gather that data it's hard to extend conclusions from that to the entire world. On the other hand, you have very controlled experiments where it's not real world, it's obviously constrained, and you can make generalizations, but it's not like real world accuracies. This competition is an ideal hybrid of the two, where they're doing active defense on systems, they're having real attacks on systems, but it's a competition, so there are some constraints that we need to extend it to the outside world. And so it's a unique opportunity to gather data, and that's what we're hoping to get here. And in the future we'll be able to apply new research and ideas on how to help them collaborate quicker to increase situational awareness, and that's the goal for next year. So this is a trial run to get data and see how it goes.
So is the research report going to be for free, or is it going to be something that will be published? Or?
So it'll be something that's published according to our clients in the government, and so it'll be published, and hopefully this will also increase funding for this event and events like it, so we can get more agencies interested in this as a particular avenue, which will benefit the students and hopefully provide more funding. So that's also a goal.
So how important do you think these events are for real world kind of teaching students to deal with things that they'll see every day?
I think it's crucial. As a student, I've gone through this. I've participated in these events before. I think hands-on experience is crucial for students, and I think some schools do a great job, some schools do an okay job, but it's hard to provide this kind of environment. Not every university can set up something like this. So when you have students from 7 or 8 different universities and colleges coming to this event, it's a unique opportunity to get real-world experience. So I think from the student's perspective, it's invaluable.
Yeah. Do you think this should be a government-funded or a public business-funded?
Private industry and government, I think absolutely, because everyone's going to benefit. If we have students who go on into any career in the future, whether it's government or private or academic, they're going to bring more knowledge because they've had first-hand experience dealing with this particular exploit or this particular system crash. So I think anyone who has this experience will benefit from it, and that'll make everyone stronger and more secure. So I think it's a low-cost investment that'll have large ramifications for the better.